My best friend's parents kicked her out when she got pregnant at 19, calling her a disgrace. But 10 years later, after she tragically passed away, they showed up at my door with a lawyer, not to see their granddaughter, but to sue me for her inheritance. My best friend Sarah knew her parents were toxic. That's why we signed legal guardianship papers the day her daughter Chloe was born. Sarah wanted to make sure Chloe was safe if anything ever happened. 3 months ago, Sarah lost her battle with cancer. While I was holding Chloe's hand at the funeral, her grandparents didn't even show up. But the moment they found out Sarah had a $500,000 life insurance policy and a house, they suddenly became grieving grandparents. They filed for full custody, claiming I was an unfit guardian because I live in a 2-bedroom apartment while they own a mansion with a pool. Be honest, if you were the judge, would you give a child to wealthy biological grandparents who abandoned her for a decade, or to the best friend who has raised her like a mother? Drop a team friend or team blood in the comments, because this courtroom is getting intense. In the first hearing, their lawyer tried to paint me as a gold digger. He asked the judge, does a child belong in a cramped apartment with a stranger, or in a legacy home with her own flesh and blood? I looked at Chloe, who was trembling next to me. During the break, I caught the grandmother in the hallway. She didn't even know Chloe's middle name. She leaned in and whispered to me, just hand over the girl and the assets, and we'll make sure you get a nice consultation fee for your trouble. I realized then they didn't want Chloe. They wanted the $500,000. The final hearing was yesterday. The judge asked Chloe to speak in her chambers. When they came out, the judge looked at the grandparents and said, a house is not a home if the people inside it are strangers. Chloe had told the judge everything, how they ignored her birthday cards for years, and how she overheard them talking about boarding schools in the hallway. The judge denied their custody and ordered them to pay my legal fees. As we walked out, the grandmother screamed that I was stealing her family's money. I just looked at her and said, you didn't want the family when it was free. Don't act like you want it now that there's a price tag. Chloe squeezed my hand and whispered, Mom would be proud. We're finally going home.